In today's video, we are going to be talking about the 5... Where the heck did a bus come from? What the heck? Alright, so in today's video, we are going to be talking about the 5 best mods that you guys can do to your FRS Beerzine 86. So, I know what you're thinking. I made this video a while ago. Why am I remaking this video? Now, I made that video while I was completely stock, and honestly, I made it off of advice from other people, and I also made it off of other YouTube videos. Now, fast forwarding a couple of months, I have personal experience with these mods. I feel like I can give you a first-hand impression on the modifications. With that being said, let's hop straight into today's video. Alright, so before we even begin, before I say anything at all, this video is completely 100% opinion based, and some of you guys may disagree with my opinion, but that's totally fine. Just leave a comment down below and let me know what you would do instead. And for those of you guys who are new to the channel that have never seen any of the videos, I'm gonna go ahead and throw up 2-3 pictures of my car so you guys can see it. That being said, we're gonna hop straight into today's video and get started with the 5 best mods. Hopping into the first best mod that you can do to your FRS Beerzine 86 is unequal length catless headers. And you can go ahead and go with equal length headers as well. It all depends on your personal style and what you're really trying to go for. With equal length headers, I feel like it's more better for power, and unequal length is better for the Subaru Rumble and if you want your car to sound good. Now, the headers that I'm running are the PLM unequal length catless headers, and I've mentioned them multiple times, and I also have a bunch of videos on them on the channel. So if you're new here after this video, go ahead and check out those videos as well. But I gotta say, I spent 370 Canadian dollars on my unequal length catless headers. I did pick them up on sale, and they were 100% worth it. Not only did it unlock a ton of power for me to use on this car, it also gave me that Subaru Rumble that I was talking about earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up a couple of exhaust clips of the car, and then after that, we're gonna hop into the second best modification you can do to your FRS Beerzine 86. So that was the exhaust. If you guys want to see more, again, there's a bunch of videos on the channel. Moving on to the second best mod, and where money was well spent, would be this open flash tuning tablet. Now, this tablet, it's a small tablet, and it did cost me around $400 to $500, and that's usually how much they're going for nowadays. But this tablet has so much potential for your car and has allowed me to do so many different things with this car that I love. So my car is stage 2 plus unequal length catless header tuned. I gotta say, it's a lot faster than what this car comes stock. Now, again, this is not going to give you 100, 200, 300 horsepower plus. With the off-the-shelf tunes that are free on their website, I did gain a decent amount of power and got rid of that horrible torque dip that these cars come with. So this right here also allows me to shoot flames out of my car. Now, I have a couple of custom tunes set up that I created myself, and you guys can do as well with following a couple of YouTube videos. And I gotta say, the $400 to $500 that I spent on this open flash tablet have been 100% worth it. So once you get headers for your car, you will need to tune your car. So go ahead, check your Facebook Marketplace to see if anybody's selling a open flash tablet. Go ahead, check out the website, or see any local vendors that can get you an open flash tablet. There are a bunch of other tunes out there, and I gotta say, just do your research into which one you prefer and which one you really like. This one has done me so well that I don't even consider any other tunes. Now, the third best modification that I did to my car and was 100% worth it are my wheels. Now, the specs that I'm running on those wheels are 18 by 9.5 plus 45 offset, and they fit really well. But this year, once winter is over, I want to kind of switch it up, maybe add some camber and lower the car even more than I was last year. This year, I didn't want to take a bunch of risks of being lowered, like ripping off your front lip, ripping off your side skirts, damaging your car. But this year, that's going to completely change. Now, my wheels, I got really lucky with, and I only spent $1,000 on those wheels. So if you're looking to get wheels, make sure you check your Facebook Marketplace. There's a bunch of websites that you can use. And also, if you're looking to calculate your fitment to get perfect fitment, I'm gonna go ahead and link a fitment calculator in the description below for the FRS Beerzine 86, guys. Now, moving on to the fourth best thing that you can do to this car to unlock potential is going to be lowering your car either with coilovers or springs. Now, as you guys know, I did get iBox Sportline springs in the summertime. I gotta say, those springs have done me so well, and I didn't really see any problem with those springs at all. Now, a lot of people for some reason are against springs, and I'm guessing that I just don't know why, but the iBox Sportline springs, it kind of made the ride feel like OEM. They were a bit bumpy on some bumps, but it wasn't really that noticeable, at least for me. So I really enjoyed those springs, and I only spent $200 to $300 in total of buying the springs and also lowering the car. Now, fast forwarding a couple of months, I did switch over to coilovers just because I wanted to achieve that more lowered stance. And I also wanted to see the difference between coilovers and springs. So coilovers are a lot more stiffer than springs, and I kind of like that because once you hit a bump, it just completely evens out. Compared to springs, once you hit a bump, you're going to be going like this for like a couple of seconds. But with that being said, the fourth best mod you can do to your car is either lowering it on coilovers or springs. Now, the fifth and last mod that I think is 100% worth your money and you won't regret is having an exhaust on your car. So I did talk about unequal length catless headers in the beginning, and that technically is the exhaust, but I'm talking about from the cat all the way back. So the exhaust setup that I'm running, for those of you guys that are new to the channel, is a secondary cat delete, and I'm also running a muffler delete with the unequal length catless headers that I have. I gotta say, that exhaust setup has worked really well for me, and I didn't spend a lot of money on it as well. So there's a ton of different catbacks like the Nvidia N1 that you can go ahead and throw up on your car, and I gotta say, an exhaust that opens up the sound is 100% worth it. Some people don't like really loud exhausts, and that's completely fine. Some people just want a quiet catback, and there's so many different catbacks for this car that it is pretty easy to research on and pick one up. So there's the Nvidia N1 that is really popular on this car that you guys could try out. And then there's also my setup, which is not a catback, it's all custom welded, but I gotta say, it is pretty damn loud. But with that being said, those are the 5 best mods that you can do to your FRS Beerzine 86. Some of them were similar to the other video that I did, but I did try my best to change some of it up. In that video, I also said tints was one of the best mods you can do to your car, and a lot of people kind of got upset with that because tints is technically not modifying your car. But in my opinion, adding tints to your car is changing the look and changing it from stock FRSs and Beerzine 86s. So I thought it was a good modification. And also in that video, I also said LEDs is a really good modification for this car. And I do say that in a ton of my videos. If you're running halogens, your car will instantly just be a no for me. And if you're running LEDs, it's a lot more modern, you can see a lot more, and it just looks a lot better. That being said, every single one of you made to the end of today's video. I appreciate you guys a ton. Go ahead and drop a like on this video, subscribe down below, and also leave a comment because those 3 things will help us grow a ton. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys have your own modifications that you think I should have said or I should have talked about, leave a comment down below. I read all the comments, so I would really appreciate, and I would love to see what you guys think. I will see you guys in the next video.